What's going on, guys, and welcome to Highly and Alf Gaming. I'm your host, Alf, and today we're talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. One of the biggest and best Mario Karts of all time, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has an absolute boatload of tracks. 25 tracks excluding retro tracks, to be specific, and nearly all of them are extremely fun to play and spectacular to behold. As with anything in a game that there are lots of, some tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe stand out among the rest in terms of quality. Today I'll be counting down the top 10 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. I'll be basing my choices on how fun the track is to drive on, how cool it looks, and how good of music it has. No retro tracks will be counted for this list. Also, shoutouts to my friend Caden for helping me come up with my choices for this top 10. Without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 10, we have Sunshine Airport. Based loosely off of Delfino Airstrip from Mario Sunshine, Sunshine Airport sees you driving in and around an airport, finishing off with the glider section near the end. Sunshine Airport has a relatively simple layout and design, but there's just something inherently fun about it that inspires me to put it on the list. I don't really even know what it is. I guess there's just something magical about racing around and through an airport with your friends. I know I did a super great job of explaining why I enjoy Sunshine Airport. It's a gift. And you know what I can explain even better? For number 9, I've chosen Thwomp Ruins. I've always found ancient ruins interesting, and driving around one as a racetrack is very fun. In Thwomp Ruins, you and the other racers drive through the massive and visually spectacular ruins of an ancient Thwomp or Thwomp-worshipping society. I'm not really sure who built these giant stone structures, but I'm glad they did because they're very fun to drive on. You start off by going through some tight turns, then into a tunnel that sometimes has a giant gear rolling through it. Then into a massive open section where you need to choose between a lake, a glidey section, and an anti-gravity section on the walls. There's just so much going on, and the ancient-sounding music nicely complements the crumbly stone theme. All of this combines to make one awesome track. Taking the number 8 spot, we have Dragon Driftway. Dragon Driftway is a really cool Chinese-themed course where you drive in and near a giant dragon statue resembling Gobblegut from Super Mario Galaxy 2. This track is good for a few reasons, but the most prominent one for me is that it's so hectic. Basically, the entire track is made up of thin, zero-gravity roads with some very tight turns along the way. This track definitely tries to keep you on your toes for the entire race, a goal that it achieves for me every time I play it. The exciting layout and theme are backed by a delightfully fitting soundtrack, making Dragon Driftway an easy choice for number 8. At number 7, we have Dolphin Shoals. This tropical-themed track will have you start in a shallow section of water that transitions into a really cool underwater cave with pipes that spew out water you can trick off of. You then drive across a giant eel's back, you heard me right, and open into a beautiful sunny ramp followed by a glidey section. The track looks so beautiful when in the sun, and the tropical music fits very well here. The Dolphin Shoals theme is actually my favorite song in the game, but only the above water part. Unfortunately, you don't get to hear most of the saxophone part because most of the track plays the underwater theme, so go look up the Dolphin Shoals theme after you finish watching this, it's amazing. Anyway, the music isn't just great, it changes throughout the race. When you start a lap, you're underwater, so there's a soft and pleasant steel drum or marimba melody playing. When you break out into the sunlight later, as I mentioned before, it shifts into a fun, crazy saxophone solo, and it just fits perfectly. Dolphin Shoals is a great track, but there are some that are even better. For number 6, I've chosen Cloudtop Cruise. Themed after a few different things, Cloudtop Cruise starts you off high above the clouds on a beanstalk track. You drive around like this for a while, then spend a brief moment on the deck of an airship. You then plunge into a dark, stormy section of track where lightning zaps some of the boosts and will shrink you if you touch it. You then finish off the lap by going back onto the beanstalk. There's so much going on in Cloudtop Cruise that it's a blast to play, and it's even accompanied by a remix of the theme from the Gusty Garden Galaxy. Nearly everything about Cloudtop Cruise is fun and exciting, making it an easy pick for number 6. At number 5, we have Shy Guy Falls. Shy Guy Falls takes place next to and on a giant waterfall that Shy Guys mine precious stones near. The track is absolutely spectacular to view, especially the part with the towering waterfall. It's also very fun to drive on, and there's some pretty good variety in the track design. Some sections have sharper turns, some places are long and flat. There's even a bit of a shortcut. Regardless, the scenery is the main attraction here, which can be either good or bad depending on your tastes. The adorable Shy Guys working in the background are also a nice touch. Overall, Shy Guy Falls is a wonderful track to experience, earning it the number 5 spot on my list. For number 4, I've chosen Wild Woods. In some ways, Wild Woods is very similar to Shy Guy Falls. They're both massive and visually spectacular, but Wild Woods has a darker look to it. It's also themed after a giant forest rather than a waterfall. What puts Wild Woods above Shy Guy Falls, in my opinion though, is the skill required to successfully drive it. Shy Guy Falls was pretty simple on the driving side of things, but Wild Woods takes much more effort to navigate. There are lots of sharp turns and places to fall off, making it fun in addition to being visually stunning. Wild Woods is a spectacular track that's also very fun to drive, placing itself at number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 3, we have Bowser's Castle. Every Mario Kart game gets a new one, and while many people think that this one doesn't live up to, say, the Bowser's Castle in Mario Kart Wii, for example, there's no denying that this is one heck of a track. As the title implies, Bowser's Castle sees you driving through and around Bowser's Castle. For whatever reason, Bowser decided to build his castle in a place with a ridiculous amount of lava in and around it, then proceeded to fill it with spinning fire rods and swinging pendulums of death. You know, for decoration. Anyway, Bowser's Castle is totally crazy while you're driving around it, full of all the traps I mentioned earlier, along with the giant frickin' Bowser statue that punches the solid metal track so hard that it wiggles like rubber. There's also a sick heavy metal beat cranking in the background that conveys a different feel from some Bowser's Castles of old. Unlike, say, Mario Kart 64's Bowser's Castle, the music here isn't mysterious or atmospheric. It's awesome and cool, a feature that I wholeheartedly welcome. All around, Bowser's Castle is a really excellent track. At number 2, we have Big Blue. Big Blue is one of the 2 F-Zero tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and in my opinion, it's by far the best. Big Blue is one of the tracks where instead of 3 laps over the same area, you go through 3 sections which are all laid out differently from one another. I personally love this style of track as each section feels more exciting than just starting another lap, and you really feel like you've accomplished something by reaching the end. Big Blue makes me feel exactly like I just described, and it would even be cool if it wasn't a 3-section track. The whole thing is this massive, futuristic structure with all sorts of exciting boosts and streams of water all the way down. Being split into 3 sections, the build up to the end is great, even if the sections can feel a tad samey at times. They're still pretty distinct if you're paying attention though, which just contributes to how great of a track Big Blue is. And now, for number 1, I've picked Mount Wario. Like Big Blue, Mount Wario is split into 3 sections rather than 3 laps. Unlike Big Blue, though, Mount Wario is themed after one giant snowy mountain that you drive down. I don't like this theme choice better than Big Blue's futuristic vibe, but where Mount Wario really shines is in the variety of its sections. One is all icy and has caves and dams. The next is about a forest where you need to dodge all these trees, and the final section is themed after a ski course. Course? Track? Path? I don't know what to call a place that you ski down. I've never been skiing. Anyway, each of the sections is so different and exciting, and I can't tell you how many races with me and my friends have ended with 2 of us duking it out in the final stretch. It's such an exciting track to race on, and like most tracks in the game, it's backed up by an excellent soundtrack. All of these combine for a great racing experience and my number 1 pick for the best Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and tell me your top 10 favorite Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks down in the comments below. See you next time, and have a great day.